Good morning, Periscope viewers. It's Dr. George Kosmides. Welcome, replay viewers. Welcome to my morning impromptu scope here in Redondo Beach. If you enjoy the content, please tap on the screen. If you want to share it with others, it's slide up for Apple and slide to the right for Android. Hi guys, good morning. Kathy B, good morning. Thank you for the hearts. Just doing my impromptu scope this morning here at the fitness center in Redondo Beach, California. Hey, fairy dust kisses. Thanks. Thank you so much. Asif, thanks for joining. There's one of my heroes there on follow him on Periscope, guys. Good morning, Kathy B. My green tea and a little bit of E9. Start my day. So real big outpouring of love last few nights on my scope, well always, but definitely last night. And I have a couple updates to make, and I'll be on tonight. Hey Lucretia, I'll be on tonight again at 7 o'clock talking about emotional breakthroughs, 3 keys. Good morning. How's your new place working out? Hope well. I think you said it was 7 years since you've had your own digs, so to speak. Oh, that's great. I'm so happy for you. You deserved it. There's another champion, guys. Lucretia took control of her life and her body and applied the principles that I teach, and she's off and running. And when you begin to change your body's health, it's only as part of the picture. Your confidence increases, your ability to tackle challenges increases. So anyone that's in this line of work that I'm in, health or wellness, weight loss is kind of, you know, just to say it's a weight loss program is kind of limiting, but it propels your all, you know, in every facet of life. Confidence, getting past stigmatas and things like that. So, hey Sarah Smile, thanks for joining. So let me show you. Went on a cruise over the weekend, the buffet. That's right, pay the piper. That's right, but see, you know the piper you have to pay. Here's where I go. Pay the piper, no question. Here in Redondo Beach, this is where I try to go 3 times a week. But again, there's nothing like insanity workouts or none of that business. Anyone that you see does insanity workouts or really impactful workouts, you'll see them in their 20s, maybe early 30s.
Fine, how are you?
So that's where I go. I'm just on a stationary bike where I went. And based on my scopes is determined based on the questions I get from you folks. So tonight's going to be on emotions, the 3 keys to getting past the emotional blocks. And a lot of us have emotional blocks of things that happened to us in our childhood. I was sexually molested at 8 years old. According to research, 7 out of 10 of us were, and they think that's conservative. And it helps you get past those. A lot of those things can carry on into our adulthood, and that can really curtail our improvement in life. And our family has to deal with us, and it's just not a good thing. So I'll talk about that tonight and give you guys 3 key tips to get past that. I also want to announce that in my new Lean Body Academy, I've reduced the fee to get started, plus I gave a 7-day free trial. So it's Lean Body Academy. Hey, thanks for inviting your followers. And I was up late last night. I uploaded a walkthrough of how to access all the material in the program. Once you do it, it's simple. Yeah, I know, Lucretia. Actually, in the academy, I've got a way to track that, a simple PDF sheet that you can download. So go ahead and download that and start tracking it. And the main thing is to see how many you're getting. I'll give you an example. I've got a 5-year-old daughter. She was going to bed at 10:30, 11 because she was flying back and forth to Hawaii, which is, I think, 2 hours earlier there. And what I did was I just took her to bed 10 or 15 minutes early every couple of nights. And now she's going to bed by 8:15, 8:30. So it's a process. You're not going to do these things overnight. If you think, you know, Monday you're going to start, Friday you're going to be where you're going to be, in most cases you're going to fail. That's what, I don't want to say hello. I don't want to say goodbye in Russian, but I don't want to say hello. Most of the times you're going to fail in that, and you're going to be kind of demoralized. Don't even play that game. Set some long-term goals. That's why the first 12 weeks in my program, it's all broken down the weeks, and then we do follow-ups, and we're going to add some weeks to that. But 12 weeks is where you want to get the real momentum going, and that works with emotional momentum. You know, we have to understand when we get into, and for you fitness professionals follow me, thank you so much. I appreciate you trusting me and taking my advice. That's right, Asif is one of my stars in the program. Emotions play a huge role. People didn't get out of shape or poor health problems that's chronic out of no reason. It started at a young age. Something happened, and things like, in most cases, not all, but in most cases, self-loathing takes over, I'm not good enough takes over, all these self-deprecating emotions take over. And unless that's addressed, or at least, you know, is brought forth, that's right, well, comforting, that's right, we associate, there's food associations. There's a whole psychology behind that. I give you some simple audios within the program to help you get past that, or at the very least recognize that it's happening. No magic pills programs, we are what we are. That's right. So it's unreasonable to think someone's going to change, you know, weekend boot camp, or last night I did a scope on the pros and cons of detox programs. I'm not against any of that. It's just we have to look at, you know, what's possible, what's potentially detrimental, and what's right for us, and then we craft a program based on our own bodies. You know, some of you have, you know, 3 or 4 kids in your family, you have a big household, you have to craft a program that's going to work. Yeah, not good enough, no question. No, and Lucretia, you've done the best, but the first thing I think that I want people to recognize is that's going on. Talk about it, write a letter to yourself. I give you all kind of tools to tackle that. I'm not a psychologist, but I've had so many coaches and have been taught so many seminars that you pick things up over time and you craft them that make sense. Give it time for this ship to turn around, control your speed. Yeah, so these people that are talking, Asif and Lucretia, they've been following me since 5-6 months now. So they've gained some real momentum. And, you know, I get emails all the time, well, how can I get in shape in 2 weeks? I've got an event, or I have a reunion or something. You know, and I wish I had some magic phrase. But you just have to be consistent in where you're currently at in your health, in your weight, your blood work, whatever it is. It's something you've developed in 99% of the cases over time. So if you've developed over time, 7 months and 3 days, okay. I've been on that long? Holy smokes. Holy cow. So again, yeah, breaking habits or just changing their pathways. JD, I think you were on my scope a couple nights ago. I teach you in the academy how to change your pathways, and I liken it to walking down a well-worn path. And I teach you how to recognize that you're going down a path that's not a positive path for yourself, and you begin to switch that. It's first mindful tools to begin to make the adjustments and follow through. I'm new here. What fun? Okay. At least I'm Dr. George Kosmides. I'm a doctor of chiropractic for over 20 years. I've been in functional medicine since I took my very first seminar back in 1995 with Dr. Jeffrey Bland on leaky gut syndrome. I've been, studied Ayurveda. I've been to China, studied acupuncture. I nearly lost my life at 19. That's what got me into chiropractic. My uncle was an orthopedic surgeon, said I needed back fusion surgery. I opted not to go that route, and I've been involved in chiropractic and wellness care since that time. So I'm not against everything. I'm for what's going to work and what's going to work long term, because unfortunately we're stuck with this, as an old professor said, our skin bag, our body. We can't renew it, we can't get a new one, but we can't help the one we have. I started mindful eating with a distraction knife on. That's absolutely correct. See, little things. Finish my plate. Depends how big your plate is. You know, one of the things that I recommend, and a lot of people that start my program, is they take pictures of their food, and usually they're on these super large plates. One of the simplest things to do is just get smaller plates. I know it sounds simple, but I've been on the program. Yeah. So Lucretia's down almost 30 pounds, but more importantly, she's dropped 9% body fat. That's the key number. Yeah, I teach diabetes education nationwide and face-to-face here in California. Yeah, see, simple things that normally we would never think about. What size pan do you cook in? I have a very small non-stick pan at my house. So it's all these little things. And guys, I'm 52, so when you start breaking 40, weight just seems to go on your waist if you just look at food. But again, it's the emotional component. Don't just think that it's about calories in, calories out. It just doesn't work that way. I wish it did. And I wish I could change the physiological rules of how we work. But if I would, espresso and lemon meringue pie would be first on my list. But it just doesn't work that way, unfortunately. So rather than being fanatical and do extreme things, what can you do consistently? Do you rate coconut oil? Oh, I rate it very high. The research is pretty profound. And just like with any periscoper, whether it's me or anyone you're watching, research what they're saying. You can go on PubMed, PubMed.com. It has about 3.5 million peer-reviewed research articles and scientific papers there. And just type in coconut oil Alzheimer's, coconut oil for body fat reduction, and you'll pull up the hard data. And once you have the hard data, then you can move forward with some confidence. Yeah, well, I don't teach. That's pretty accurate. The difference with me is, and why I'm one of the only chiropractors I'm aware that can teach diabetes education, is I'm not talking about treating it. I'm talking about supporting the person that has it. That's the big distinction. If you look at the data, treating diabetes is adjunct failure because it's going up at about 7% per year. So the issue is with the person that has it. How can we support them? Whether it's a type 1, type 1.5, or a type 2. And a lot of it's mental. There's certain things that they don't understand that they're doing on a daily basis that they're taught, unfortunately, inaccurately. It's going to help them. Thank you for doing that. Thanks so much. I sat on a bike the other day that was wet. Unfortunately, it's not. And what's interesting is the biggest advocates that I've had is I've got a few nurses that are head of their departments, and they're amazed by when they start digging into the research. So that's a whole other topic, but the same principles apply whether you're trying to get leaner, as a figure model, or you're trying to drop 100 pounds of body fat. The same principles apply. It's not about exercise or boot camps or insanity workouts. They don't have longevity, and you can do more damage than positive benefit. So I'll be on tonight at 7 o'clock, and 3 key tips to get past emotional barriers in your life and your business and your weight. Doc helped me resolve pre-diabetes in 7 weeks. I have been on. See? But again, he did all this with his primary. He actually recorded his laboratory consultation in the doctor's office, and they were flabbergasted. So, be reasonable. And if you're doing good work, and a lot of you people are on Periscope, you should want to have documented. Don't segregate out your people and just tell them you're the only one for them or something like that. Spread it around. Let other people know what they're doing so they can kind of get on board with what's happening. Thank you, Asif. Well, all I did was apply the material. You had to instill it in your life. That's the biggie. It's only good material if you can functionally do it on a daily basis. Tour Jurors, thanks for joining. So that's pretty much what I'm about. That's what I do. I get emails a lot. How do I get so many followers? How do I get so many followers? Give good content, and give it in a way that people can hear what you're saying. I'm not here to impress anybody by big terms or I did this and I did that. People don't really care about that. What problem can you solve for them? And what problem can you solve for them in the easiest way possible? And then once they get traction, they're ready to take on some more. But to begin to do intensive things right off the bat for most people, it's too much. 12-hour fast and this type of thing. It sounds nice, but if you look at the physiology behind it, it's just too extreme. And now about resolving high cholesterol, I fixed mine with Doc's help. Thank you. Yeah, I think Asif in 7 weeks balanced his cholesterol, triglycerides, HDL, and LDL, and dropped his cholesterol like 100 points. And again, my father was on 10 different medications. His lab works were normal, but they were controlled synthetically. He died at 56 of a massive heart attack. And I lost my 2 uncles at 55 and my Uncle John, who's an orthopedist, at 31, all from side effects of diabetes. Yeah, Coluccius was cut in half. So you're not treating. Here's what you guys, I want you to get from me. If you think about the Lean Body Academy, and I just cut the price in half, it's $37 a month. It's not about treating the cholesterol numbers. It's about helping the person improve their health so their body does it on its own. That's the big difference. See, Asif died at 42. Does that mean he has the genetic markers for it? Possibly. But I'm betting if you look at like my dad's lifestyle was atrocious. So don't be the first to blame genetics. The problem with doing that is we begin to shun responsibility. Well, it's a genetic problem, so there's nothing I can do, so I'll just do whatever. Don't get caught up in that, because your brain will start telling you that that's correct, and in 99% of the cases it's not. Whenever I hear a patient, I do a consult, whether it's virtual or face-to-face. If they tell me it's genetic, I say, please, where can I get the research? You've had some special genetic testing done or marker testing done or something. So I'm not there to make them wrong. I'm there to say, okay, let's get the data and see how we can best move forward. So, like I said, I'm treating the red flag. Asif he got it. Something that I said moved him early on, and he's running his ship. Are you talking in Russian? No, I'm not. Actually, I'm not. But let me give you this. So this is Redondo Beach. That's a harbor. That big crane lifts boats out of the water. It's pretty neat here. For those of you that think I'm privileged, I'm not. I grew up in Canton, Ohio. I grew up across from a Republic Steel, basically the lower east side of Canton. And great parents, great grandparents, and grew up in Nevada and moved out to California about 20 years ago. If health is not good, then red flags can be fixed and stay fixed for long without giving up. Yeah, and just communicate with your doctor. Let them know what you're doing. And you know what? I'm always asked this. Should I find a new doctor? Should I find this? Have a conversation with your primary. Have a couple key points. Maybe you're changing your lifestyle. Maybe you're on the Lean Body Academy, and ask them what their thoughts are. You're going to learn a whole lot about their position just by hearing their response or her response. Then you can decide whether that's the physician, primary care physician for you or not. So it has to be a teamwork. And don't make your doctor wrong if your health is poor. It's not their obligation to fix your health. If you're taking meds, it's their obligation to fix your symptoms, but you're responsible for your health, and that's a distinction that I really want you to get. Symptom correction is not health improvement more often than not, unfortunately. I've had health challenges. I was scheduled for neck surgery, low back surgery. I've got a hip from an auto accident in college football that bothers me, that probably going to have some cortisone and PRP done to it and some manipulation under anesthesia. So it's about managing. No one's going to cure me, but people can certainly help me to function better, and that's the way I want you to look at your health. What can you do to get your body to function better? Because unfortunately, we're stuck with the body that we have, and in some cases, people are just in agony. Diabetes are gotten in the kitchen, fix them, not in the medicine cabinet. I would say that's a reasonable statement. For some people, it may be harder for them to do than others, but just get the proper guidance. Check out my Lean Body Academy. You'll see all the coursework that you'll get. It's in a members area. Last night I was up late. I did a extended walkthrough of the program. Real simple, very simple. And now it's a little over $1 a day, and I think there's a 7-day free trial. So whether you're super fit and you want to get your body fat lean, or you're morbidly obese and you need to drop your body fat 10, 15, 20%, this is the program for you. Reasonable, science-based, and I'm there every step of the way in videos and audios, PDFs. I do a live coaching call every Monday morning that you'll have access to in the members area with the recording. So I'm in your shoes. I'm in your corner. Any questions, feel free to ask. I'll be on for about another few minutes. Basic guidance still applies and always pulls one back. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. And Asif, he's a father of, I think, 3, lives in Florida. I think my most distant patient, Asif, you referred him, Salman, I think he's in India. So 5 kids, holy smokes. And if Asif can make a change in his body with 5 kids, come on. I've got 1 daughter. If I can't do it, give me a break. If you want easy or quick fixes, you know, you find one, you let me know. And the granddaughter, there you go. So there's always reasons why we can't do this or that. We have to choose what hard we want to pick. I'm trying to figure out why I feel I deserve bad foods when every time it kicks me in the... Okay, I appreciate that, Kathy. I can't have it in my house. I'll give you an example of how weak-willed I am. I can't remember, it was last year or 2 years ago, someone had a birthday party for me, got me a tiramisu cake, left it at the house. I ate the whole thing in one night, probably 5,000 plus calories. So with me, I can't have it in the house. In public, I'm disciplined. At my house, I'm not. So what do I need to do? Just not have it in the house, and I'm golden. So just remember, our words are our world. If you say, oh, I'm addicted to sugar, or I have to eat a candy bar every day, then you're talking yourself into it. Yeah. So don't have it in the house. Don't have it in your vision, your purview, and it will help. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm now going in and listing my scopes in categories, so it should be a lot easier if you want to review a past scope. I just ask that you leave hearts to know that you were there, you know that my efforts are, are helping someone. But I go get it when I... Well, that's your choice. You have to understand that you're making a choice. No one's forcing you. It's a choice that you're making. And I have audios on that very subject about how to get past these negative emotional conversations we have with ourselves. And I can tell you, people who improve their health and get better, their business improves, their social life improves. We just had a member got her own place after like 6 years. I mean, that's powerful stuff. Powerful stuff when you have confidence like that. It's not necessarily confidence in vanity. Oh, look how good I look. It's more confidence realizing, hey, I can turn myself around with this. What else is possible? Possibilities are, they're endless with what you can do. Of course it's going to be a challenge at times. We all have them. But you can pick your heart. Which one do you want to... You want to wallow in your weakness? That's hard. Or do you want to say, let me change some aspects of my life? That's hard too in some cases. But you've got me, and you've got the private group, and you've got all the people supporting you. Phenomenal. Who you are, no question. Yeah. If you don't know anything, whether you work with me, get on the Lean Body Academy or not, it's about being mindful of where you're at. Live alone, so I talk to myself a lot. Okay, we'll change that, Kathy. Realize that that's happening. And if you can't be reasonable with yourself, how can you expect anyone else to be reasonable? And, initially, and Amy, she's not on my scope now, but she's one of my first people on my program several months ago. She said I was really mad at you some days early on, because I would talk to you just like that. I'm not going to support negative behavior. Okay, you act that way, that's fine. Cry, feel bad for 5 minutes, and move on. There's no benefit in that type of dialogue. People say, oh, it's easy for you. It's not easy for me. I've got similar challenges. Trust me. I lost my father at 56 because of his lifestyle. Do I have some genetic markers for it? I think I do, but I'm not going to accept that. Lucretia, she's a star. I mean, the girl totally transformed her body and her mind. All because it instills confidence. Thank you. Just gain some value from it. You may not like me at first, but hopefully, because I'm very direct, you'll appreciate the velvet glove approach to boxing, to psychological boxing, because there's psychology involved in this. And easy for me too. Ate like a hungry lion on the cruise, but I know how to. Yeah, see. Again, fitness model to suit obese. Principles remain the same, and I teach them in a way that the average person can understand. How does my husband lose weight with 2 hip replacements? Yeah, you lose weight in the kitchen, not in the gym. I'm here, but my eating is pretty clean 98% of the time, and that's what I teach in the first 2 weeks. I'll teach you how to check your lean body mass. Make sure you supply it with protein and water, basic things. And once you have that information, you own it for life. Training is not going to get you in shape. What you put in your mouth is. I know some fitness people early on got upset with me, but now they understand where my point of view. Thank you. They said, yeah, I want you to master who you are. And if you have some health issues, are you living a lifestyle that supports them and makes them worse? Or are you turning them around? And you'll see it in your lab work. And for every newbody that comes on today, I will do a free lab work review. Send me the PDF, we'll set up a time, and I'll give you my 2 cents. I'm not trying to diagnose you. I'm not your primary care physician, but I may be able to give you some lifestyle elements that'll make changes in the next one. Reasonable. I don't think there's any program out there like mine, and that's not to toot my own horn. It's the first thing that comes to mind is, can the average person do that? Can the average person do a 12-hour fast? No. Can the average person do a weekend boot camp and get some value from it? No. So we think about these things. Hey, there's another one of my stars. I think Amy dropped 90 pounds without exercise. So it's entirely possible. You just have to, watch the material, go through the weeks. Where do you make an appointment for a test? It's where you work with your primary. I'm working on a way now that we can do it virtually, but right now you have to go through your primary. A year ago, after married 4 years, I eat for comfort. Okay, I'm sorry about that. A loss is always hard, but here's what you have to think of. Would your husband, I'm sure he loved you, would he want you punishing yourself because he's gone? That's not a very good legacy, don't you think? You follow me? So when you're eating like that, would he be happy with you or would he be disappointed? You see? So I think my father would be looking, hopefully he's looking down on me and not up, but I think he's looking down on me. You see, he prompted me after losing him at 56 to, make this move my life. Who wants to lose their father? And I was just getting started in practice. I really had no worldly knowledge, and I made a lot of mistakes early on in my life because my father wasn't there to coach me. Thank you so much. So find something that motivates you. And it's not going to be vanity, not like the media wants us to believe. Vanity will only go so far. Looking hot in a dress or good in a suit, that only lasts, it's fleeting. Vanity is when to me, vanity goes away. What you want to think of is my blood tests are good, I feel great, I have a different outlook on life. That's what it's all about. And then guess what? Guess who benefits? Your family around you. Who wants to be around someone that's ill and sick all the time? That just becomes depressing and draining. There are rare exceptions where it's totally genetic. A lot of it's self-induced. Thank you, Asa. Thank you for coming on. Thank you guys for coming on my scope. Oh, Kathy, you're welcome. You get on the program. If you get on the program now, you'll get Monday morning's coaching call. And there's a special group now. Once you join, you go automatically. You're inserted into the new Facebook group. We have an old Facebook group which we're going to keep, but all the new members are going to go in the new group, which we're going to populate, and it's going to be phenomenal. Yeah, vanity only goes so far. It's about when you're in front of the mirror, or if somebody says you look nice, then it fades away just like a hazy day. See? So watch this. For you people, I know I ask you to do this all the time. This is a key number that you'll learn the first week in the program. Actually, the first video I talk about this and teach you how to do it. For my Lean Body Academy members, what's your lean body mass protein intake per day? Watch this. This is the key. Emails, look at my profile. If you type the little white icon, you'll pull up my profile. See those numbers, Kathy? That's how much protein they're eating per day to support their particular bodies. So it's not an arbitrary number. It really chaps my heart when people say, oh, you need to eat this much or this much. Based on what? Based on an arbitrary number? That's not accurate. And that can put people in some real trouble. And not only that, frustrate them. Hey, I'm doing what this is telling me, and I'm not getting any better. Or you lose weight, but you look more fat because your body fat goes up. Those things totally fixable. Yeah, you have to qualify it. See? And my goal is for you after the first fast track 12 weeks, you become the teacher. Your friends are gonna start asking you questions. This knowledge will stay with you the rest of your life. The fundamentals won't change. I can't see it change for the next couple thousand years anyway. Oh, for those of you who email me today, I'm 52 years of age. I'll be 53 this July. I have a 5-year-old daughter and happily married for almost 11 years and met my wife online. So yeah, I have a very interesting, but I think boring life, but this is my life's work. If I'm not in the office and I practice 3 days a week, two 12-hour and 1 6-hour day a week. And how to become motivated to start? Just do it. Look, talk to yourself and say, are you happy being the way you're being? If the answer is no, then step to a direction that you've got all kind of support. Anyone that's promised you a magic, I have a few products I recommend, but it's not the key. If pills and potions fixed us, our nation wouldn't be so obese. I think I read the last stats in 2012. I think we're looking at 70% of the adult population over the age of 30 is borderline obese. I mean, that's ridiculous. Yeah, and you guys, these ladies talking, they're just like you, just like me. Next one to, okay, so do it. Do it. Get on the program. You'll watch the first video. They're easy. I think the first videos are 3 or 4 minutes. They're not long. There's a place in the members area to take notes. If you go to the what's the link in there? It's like tutorials to show you how to use the program. Amy and for the other guys, it's only been up for a couple weeks now. I think it's super simple. And the biggest benefit is, and this is not to be negative toward webmasters, no webmaster necessary. You send an email, it goes directly to me. You have a question, it goes directly to me. Because they're busy and they're not going to care about the program like I do. Thank you, Jesus. Yeah, because members early on, I had a WordPress platform. I tried to set up a membership site. It was a nightmare. This platform is designed just for what I'm doing. It's almost like it was made for me. And I want to thank, I was looking at it before, but I want to thank Jeff, who's on the program, for recommending it. I don't know if he's on the scope today, but Jeff, thank you. I'm glad to have you in the program. Thank you. Well, we all learn, and everything is a learning phase. So I think as long as we keep learning, we keep growing. I think Kathy's on there. Your husband passed away. You're 60. Okay, you're in what I call the golden happy years of your life, and you need a body to go with that. I'm 52. I plan on being in the best shape of my life this year. Thank you. And that's my goal. My body fat's 50%. My goal is 9 before my birthday. And my birthday is in July. So that's just my personal goals. It doesn't mean I'm better than this person. I'm better than the person in the mirror. That's what I want you to focus on. Anyway, guys, I'll be on tonight at 7 p.m. Please follow me on Periscope, Dr. George Kosmides. You can just tap on the white icon and you'll be able to find my profile. If you can't reach even one, yes, my goal is 1 million people on the program in the next 4 years. Well, yeah, I posted that we were at a photo shoot for my daughter, my baby, and they said, why don't you just do some artistic stuff? So I did. So, and I wouldn't consider myself in great shape when I did those shots, but those were all motivations for me. My daughter, my wife are motivations. You guys are motivations for me. I want you to be able to say, that's the person who coaches me. Yeah. So I have coaches. I have a new coach, Billy, now, who's helped me with my online presence. I can say, hey, that's Billy. He's a sharp guy in what he does. He speaks to me. And if I speak to you, great. If what I'm saying isn't moving you, I totally get it. I want people who are going to be active in the group. And when I mean by active, maybe you spend 15 minutes a day reviewing the material and then applying it. That's it. There's no boot camps. There's no 2-hour webinars. It doesn't work like that. It's not feasible. Thanks. Yeah, what are you, she started at 355, I think. What are you, 260 now, Amy? Throwing old clothes away. Yeah, well, I think our goal with you is 160 at 25% body fat. We'll get you there. You watch. And Amy had her ups and downs, but it's normal. It's life. There's no such thing as a perpetual graph that goes up. We have little dips, but you look at, 10 days, 20 days, 30 days. Yeah, Kathy, you'll be in a group of people like Amy, like Lucretia, Asif, Jeff, posting pictures, posting their successes and sometimes their failures. But the goal is you dust yourself off and you get back up. Because it's either you're going to have to deal with the body that you have and all the complications that come with it, or you're going to step up. All up to you. Get self-belief. I like that tag. Thanks for joining. I'm certainly not perfect, but I think knowing that helps me to become better. We're in your corner, Kathy. Thank you for inviting your followers out. I'm just great in my scope. But I will be on site at 7 p.m. and we're going to tackle some emotional issues, and I'm going to give you guys 3 keys. And now what I'm doing is I'm making the PDF in the members area. So not only will you get access to the recorded scopes in the members group, but you also get the PDF that goes with it, kind of like a cheat sheet. Emotional eating. Well, eating is a side effect of emotional issues. So it could be eating, it could be behavior, short with your family, misdirected anger. But eating is just one of the components. So yeah, we'll address that and we'll give you some tools to work through that. That's your specialist? Okay. No, it's key. Anyone that thinks it's just a calorie deprivation issue, that's so antiquated, that thinking. Or you're just going to exercise your way into health. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Or what did I read? It's about calories in, calories out. No one qualifies the calories. Is it a high glycemic load calories? Is it a protein calories? It's just ridiculous when you hear that. And people follow that and they wonder why a year later they look pretty much the same, they feel pretty much the same, their lab works haven't changed. So what happens is, well, it's all your fault, they're told. You're not working hard enough. Ridiculous. That's preposterous. You follow that line of thinking, you're on a one-way trip to Palookaville. And that's not a place you want to go. Of course, because it's what people want to hear. It's not what's physiologically correct, but it's what people want to hear. You see, and I don't play that game. Okay, bye-bye. Okay, guys, thanks for joining me on my scope today. I'll be on site at 7 p.m. and give you some key tips and follow up with the PDF. The program, I just slashed the price pretty much in half because I want as many people as possible in it. If you work with people who, if you're a fitness person or you do emotional counseling work, direct message me. We'll find a way to get the program in your purview so you can recommend a sound base so you don't have to deal with that aspect. I deal with it all and you coach them, okay? I'll talk to you soon, guys. Bye-bye.